Hi all, I hope you've recovered from yesterday's experimental annotation by Merlin. I think text-to-speech technology has improved significantly, and as I say, it was just an experiment. There are a lot of annotated games at letsplaychess.com, and maybe I'll relay them myself next time. So there's some annotators who have given me permission, and some good ones there. But last night I was in good spirits as I was travelling to Muswell Hill to play a home match, and we were playing a reasonably strong side. They had about 4 170s on the top 4 boards, Athenaeum Chess Club, and I was playing McKinnon. He's about 178. I kicked off with E4, and he played C5, the Sicilian, and after knight F3 he played E6. And I was thinking here, do I want to play something unusual, or should I just try and go into the main line? I was actually considering briefly just playing C4 here, maybe to try and surprise him with this kind of Maroczy, bind setup, trying to bind D5. But actually I just played D4, and I was pleasantly surprised actually, after knight F6, knight C3, that he didn't play anything too unusual here, like bishop b4. I don't think that's very good, the pin variation, but I think it's important to know some stem games, which, to be honest, I'm not sure I do off by heart, so know some stem games in that. He played d6 though, and I played bishop e3, so the English attack system. After a6, now f3, so I'm reinforcing e4, and also the pawn on f3 is useful for g4, g5 later. So quite a crude plan. I want to castle queenside. The scene is set here for quite an entertaining game. He plays bishop e7, and after queen d2 he just castled into the imminent storm. So I castled queenside. After knight c6, now I played g4. So I was really kind of already, well into this game, because it's the kind of game I like, with both sides casting opposite wings. After knight d7, h4. So let's see here. He took on d4, and I took with the bishop, and now he played knight e5. So what do I do about f3? Of course, I don't want to give up this dark squared bishop. I don't really want to interfere with my queen coming over to h2 or g2 later, because it might be useful there for kind of attacks when these pawns are moved forward. So what I did actually, instead of like bishop e2 or bishop g2, I played actually queen g2, and after knight c6 I played bishop e3. So I'm supporting now g5. So he plays b5 to try and drum up some queenside counterplay. I played g5 finally, and after queen a5 there is now a threat of b4 followed by queen takes a2, so I do something about that. I play actually king b1, so the king is just defending that a2 pawn, and the knight can reroute maybe to e2, and from there either to f4 if it's going for the attack, or maybe to c1 if I'm forced to defend. Now hopefully I'm not forced to defend. After b4 to knight e2, he plays actually bishop b7. I was also briefly looking, what if he played e5? I don't think that's too dangerous, because although bishop e6 looks good, I think f4 here is okay. And if I can get in f5, that's going to be very dangerous. Let's see, bishop e6, b3. Actually, Rivka gives no, it does give a clear advantage to white. If d5 here, there's a little trick going on there. If e takes d, rook fd8. So this is a little Rivka trick. But even here, just d6, and white's a little bit better. So let's not get into that. He didn't play this e5. He just played bishop b7. So it's got, potentially, if he wants to play f5 later, he's going to be weakening e6. So this bishop being here, not protecting that, is significant now. So I play h5, and he does indeed try and get some more counterplay going on the dark squares. I think I've discussed this in one of the sort of relevant games of the English attack, that this bishop can sometimes come on this diagonal and be quite dangerous for the white king. in one of Kasparov's last games before he retired, he crushed Adams on the black side of an English attack, and he really showed, the significance of that bishop as well as queenside counterplay. But here it seems quite a bit slower than that game. So after Gf, bishop takes f6, I play knight f4, so I'm eyeing e6. The knight's also useful potentially for knight g6 if he's not careful in some variations. He plays now a good move, queen e5. To be honest, I hadn't expected that. I should have been looking out for it. It's fairly logical. Not only defending the pawn, he's also threatening mate in 1. I don't really want to passively retreat my knight to d3. In fact, Rybka likes the move I chose to defend against this mate, bishop c1, so that's the preferred move here. And after knight d4, I managed to find another strong move. I wonder if you can spot it. Well, actually, there's two strong moves. Actually, technically, the move I played's second best. I'll give you 5 seconds starting from now. Okay, there's two good moves. h6 apparently is technically best, but I played rook takes d4. So after queen takes d4, knight takes e6. So it's a drag and drop type tactic, as my friend Kostas Karyonis, Fatum Mad would say, because the queen is dropped onto that square, and then to be fought. So basically, the queen's moving back, and I'm a clear pawn up. On the other hand, some of the tension in position is gone, and I like to have both rooks. So in a way, I was kind of disappointed that was this it. I've just netted a pawn, but black's got quite an active position. Now here, I was considering bishop c4 check, but I wasn't, convinced of it. I thought also h6 was quite good, but apparently, bishop c4 is a good move. Bishop c4 check. If d5, now f4. So this is Rybka analysis here, very precise. And if queen d4 now, just bishop b3 apparently. So this nasty pin means that if white can get in e5, I'll be shutting out this bishop and solving a lot of problems. Also, when I play rook g1 later, then g7 is going to be under fire. So this is just absolutely great for white. But I didn't play that. I played a less accurate move. Instead of bishop c4, I played, h6 first. And again, I could have played bishop c4 check here, but I played the timid bishop d3. And he plays a strange move now, bishop h8. So he wanted to stop f4 because, rook takes f4 and the bishop can't take because of queen takes b2 mate. Fine, but I can come now to the centre and try and, dominate these light squares. So rook d1. He plays rook f4, another sort of tactically suspect move, because he's given me the potential for playing queen d2 when I want, just to pick up b4. I play here bishop c4 check, after king f8. Now actually queen d2 here is apparently very strong. Again, I wasn't completely sure. I couldn't calculate this clearly. Of course Rybka can. And let's have a look. Queen d2, so forcing rook f3, because in principle I didn't really like my centre collapsing. But in the specific positions we have here, after queen takes b4, hitting b7 and d6 at the same time. So say bishop takes e4. Apparently, rook takes d6, it's crushing. Because what can black do here? If, to defend the diagonal, then there's rook d8 mate. That's not particularly good. The suggestions here are pretty dire. If king e7, then rook d5 check, winning the black king. So it would have been all over apparently in this position. Strange, it didn't. So some concrete calculation can improve precision in these sharp positions. That just allowing the centre to collapse. d6 is a road to the black king here, and it seems very difficult. Let's see king e8, king e8, queen b8 check, and apparently it's a mate in 2 now. So there, Queen d8. So I let black get away with it here. I played a quieter continuation. I played actually after this King F8 move, I played Bishop D5. So I'm checking out of playing Queen D2. So I really just wanted to maintain my pawn on E4.